want to chase your career path. So then this show is important for you. So which takes us to the number one reason why understanding the job market trends is important, which is career planning. Now, understanding the job market trends will help you to understand this particular career that you are choosing or that you intend to go to choose. What is the level of growth? How fast is this career growing? What is the demand for this particular skill set that is needed for this career path that I'm choosing, right? The second one would be skill development. Understanding the job market trends will help you to build relevant skills that are relevant for whatever career path you are choosing. Say, for instance, you want to become a front-end developer, a back-end developer, or you want to, of course, become an engineer, say a computer engineer. Understanding the job market trends will help you know the relevant skills that are trending at the moment. Because an engineer in the 20th century might not have the same skill set as a trained engineer in the 21st century. There's a difference. Why? Because, of course, there's advancements of technologies and all of that. So studying the job market trends will help you to build your skills and develop the necessary skills that are relevant for employment, that will make you employable, right? Then number 3 is job search strategies. Now, if you study the job market trends, right, it will also help you to understand and focus your search on high demand sectors. You cannot say because you want to choose a certain particular career path. You want to become a business development specialist. You want to become a project manager, and then you begin to scout for every sector. A proper study of the job market trends will put you on the right path to say, okay, this is the sector in the business development area. This is a particular sector that is really selling right now. This is the particular sector that is high in demand. This is a particular sector that is high income, that has high income, right? This is a particular sector that I can easily fit in, because believe me, it is not every area of your choosing career path that you can fit in. So on studying the job market trends will, put you on the right path as you progress, right? Then what is the benefit of, understanding the job market trend? Number one benefit, like I have earlier mentioned, would be to identify in demand skills. So let's take, for instance, in today's world, if you go online to search for high income skills, in demand skills, you will see skills like content creation, you will see skills like project management, program management, web development. You will see other skills that, of course, even you see jobs that require soft skills, such as adaptability, such as effective communication, such as conflict management. All of these skills are in-demand skills, right? Now, this is not the same skills you would see if you were searching for jobs, in-demand skills 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So the job market, is gradually evolving rapidly. This is why you need to really study the job market trend, right? Number 2 benefit would be the guide career decision. Now, studying the job market trends will guide you, in your decision making about what career path you want to choose, right? You would agree with me that the society we find ourselves today, every Nigerian is a whole lot in one person. Just one person is a content creator, one person is a civil servant, and then the same person is a businessman, and the same person has 2 more businesses that is running. Why? Because everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to be able to provide for the family and live comfortably. Not just about affording luxury, but everybody wants a comfortable life, right? So it is important, for you to study the job market trends if you really want to choose a career path that, very importantly, speaks to your passion. And then secondly, of course, is in demand. And then, of course, very importantly, is of high income. If you want to choose this kind of career paths, then you must study the job market trend to know what job, what career path, would meet these needs, that you are really trying to pursue. Then the third benefit would be to improve employability and job readiness. Now, understanding and studying the job market trends will put you on the path of job readiness. I can say this because my last interview at my workplace was better off than any interview that I ever participated in. In fact, the feedback I got really made me to understand that, yes, I am really ready for this job. And over time, I've really understood the job market trends. Now, if you study the job market trends, it will also make you very employable, because even in the course of your interview, your interviewer would understand that this person really understands our job. This person really understands the job description. This person really understands and is ready for this job. Because you would already know the skills that you need for the job. You already know, you will already understand the job description, what is required of you if you are employed. And also, I believe by that time, having understood the job trends and everything around it, you would also must have acquired the necessary skills for this job. And if eventually you are selected for interview, you prove yourself worthy to be employed, for the job, right? Like I said earlier, if you are joining us online, feel free to leave your questions, your comments on the Zoom. In the comment section, we'll take your questions. And also, if you are joining us via YouTube, you can leave your reactions and also your questions, your comments, which we will attend to. If you cannot attend to them today, we would attend to them subsequently in our shows. So let us go on to look at factors that influence the job trends, right? Number one is technological advancement. I had mentioned earlier that technology is advancing rapidly. A lot of persons recently have been complaining or have been crying that they said AI will take over our jobs, this and that. People are beginning to learn new ways to do new things. People are beginning to use technology to do a lot of things, carry out a lot of tasks, perform a lot of tasks that people have been, paid for. These days, you don't necessarily need to go to a computer center if you want to scan your documents. You can just download a scanner on your phone, your smartphone, and use that to scan it. A lot of other technological advancements, have really influenced the job market trends, right? So especially the advance of AI technologies. And of course, a lot of organizations are beginning to adopt AI. And then if you do not put if you don't put yourself in a place of knowledge where you understand how technology works in the 21st century, and also how to manipulate these technologies, how to manipulate AI for work, how to use technology, employ technology, in the workplace, then you don't stand a chance of really getting into a new career path in the 21st century. Understand this, right? Then the second factor influencing job trends would be the global economic changes. Now, if you have been onto the news lately, of course, even the happenings around our environment, the cost of things in the market, the minimum wage in the country and other countries, the rise and fall of the currency in every country compared to the currency of other countries. All of this comes together to impact the job trends, right? Why? How does this impact? Okay, let's say for instance, you are in Nigeria and you want to work, take up a freelance job to work remotely, right? For someone who is in the US, who is in the UK, you would agree with me that, it is to your advantage because, you would be spending in naira while you are earning in dollars or pounds, whatever is the currency, that the person who will be giving this job overseas is using, right? Then also, let's assume, for instance, you are in Nigeria and the job you are applying for is in Nigeria. You know that this will go a long way to affect how much you want to be paid for the job. Yes, because you cannot, if your expenses for a week or a month runs up to 100K, 50K, you cannot take up a job that will be paying you, say, less than what you earn or what you spend in a month. All of these factors go a long way to affect the job market trends, right? The third factor that influence job trends are societal transformations. Societal transformations. Now, there are a lot of things that are going on in our society that affects our job trends, right? From the cultures, right? The transformation in the culture, the way people reason, what are people really buying, what are people really going for, what is in demand at the moment, what business is really selling at the moment, what business is affected by the leadership, by the government. These changes that happen in our society, sometimes a new leadership comes into play, and then the policies they come up with now affect certain businesses, and certain businesses will not thrive up until that leadership is out of power. Whereas some leadership will come into play, and you see that the policies they will bring up on board would make so many businesses to skyrocket, to thrive so much that within the 4 years or whatever tenure of the leadership is going to take, that business is going to do so well. So all of these factors influence the job market trends. So let us take example, our country, Nigeria, right? Look at the sectors with rapid growth. The first sector would be fintech. When we talk about fintech, I would like to use MoneyPoint. I think so far, the fintech brand in Nigeria that is really making waves right now is MoneyPoint. Having like the highest scalability right now. It has scaled so much from a small brand that started off as one, very menial brand, just like we have OP, we have Kuda Bank and all of that. But currently, they have scaled so much that everybody wants to use MoneyPoints. I believe that in every street, we have hundreds and, of course, a very good number of persons, POS operators who are using MoneyPoints. You see that their business have really thrived in the within the past 3 to 4 years, right? The second sector is agri-tech. I don't know if you have heard about hydroponics. Anybody heard about hydroponics? And then I think the most common word for hydroponics is soilless planting, right? Some persons these days are even like using sacks to plant crops and all of that, and they are doing well, right? These are opportunities that you can seize. A lot of persons these days are practicing how to plant without necessarily owning a plot of land. And some persons are, of course, going into real estate, leveraging technology for farming, for agriculture, right? Then the third sector that is really growing rapidly in Nigeria is creative digital content. This is very like this is very important yet to talk about, because especially with the recent monetization of Nigerians by Facebook, a lot of Nigerians these days are going into content creation. A lot of Nigerians want to turn content creation, and while some persons are doing it the wrong way, exposing nudity and all of that sexual content on social media, some persons are really utilizing this opportunity, to make money over the internet. So over time, people have moved from just going on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, scrolling over reels from one reel to the other, watching people creating content, to also learn how to create their own content and make money from creating content, right? And there are also many platforms that really are monetized for Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians I know are making money from TikTok. Let's use, for instance, a very popular Nigerian TikToker, Pella, right? Who is making millions of naira, I dare say dollars, right, from creating content and also live streaming on TikTok. A lot of persons are earning from it, right? And I think for every Nigerian who has a social media handle, it's important. It doesn't have to stop at you just showcasing your social life. You were at the club, you were at the bar, you were at the occasion, you attended the marriage on the Saturday. You don't just have to earn at that, right? You can learn how to monetize that content you are creating. If you choose to show your social life, if you choose to show your business on social media, you can really use digital content these days to make ends meet, right? So let us move on to our concluding part, right? So before I conclude, I would, of course, welcome questions. If you have your questions, you can ask your questions, you can drop your questions. If you would like to call our hotline, you can reach us on 0809 444 4058. Again, the hotline is 0809 444 4058. We would like to hear from you. We would like to get your feedback. We would like to get your comments. If you have contributions, feel free to drop them. Once again, if you are just joining us, you are onto the Careerx show on Unica Radio International 103.5 FM, the radio station that offers you education beyond barriers. And this is the Careerx show. Now, let us move on to the concluding part of our show, right? Now, understanding job market trends helps you and me to align our skills, our career choice with emerging opportunities for greater success, right? What does this really mean in a layman's balance, right? They are emerging opportunities. I tell people these days that the world we are in today is no longer the saying that there are no opportunities, there are no job opportunities, there are no employment opportunities. No, there are so many employment opportunities out there. There are so many job opportunities out there. The question is, are you prepared for the job space? The question is, are you employable, right? If somebody offers you a job opportunity, do you really understand the trends of these jobs? Like, do you understand the skills that are required for this job, right? Do you understand how to operate employ certain technologies in the discharge of your skills, the discharge of your duties in the workspace? Because let's say, for instance, you are employed, right, based on connection, based on man knows man, right? And then in the course of you discharging your duties and responsibilities, you are not able to, use technologies, you are not able to really showcase the skills that are required for that job. What do you think will happen to you in a month or two when this company begins to review their staff performance and also their work, the performance, the overall performance of the workplace, right? You would likely be dropped off because, of course, there are a lot of young persons out there who are already acquiring these skills, who might be ahead of you, having understood the job trends. So, my advice to you out there today is understand the job market trends. I mean, Google is your friend. The internet is big enough and open to everyone. Use the internet, study the job trends around whatever career paths that you have chosen, whatever you have chosen to do, right? There are so many opportunities out there. Find an opportunity that aligns with your goals, with your skill set, and study the trends, like I said, around it. The skills that are required for the job role, the technologies that you can employ, how you can do it better, right? And also prepare yourself in time, for these job opportunities. If you are a student of the University of Calabar, I have good news for you, right? The university management, under, of course, the leadership of the VC, Professor Florence Bankobi, has, of course, introduced the Career Hub, which provides career support and services for students of the University of Calabar. So you can always find us in the old faculty law building, the first floor. You can always reach out to us there, or follow us on social media handles, and you can leave your questions. We are available. Our team is available to help you and guide you on your career path, to help you to place you on the right path, right? And then if you want our call, and you can reach us on 081 3154 2720. Our hotline, once again, for the Careerxhub is 081 3154 2720. Once again, this is the Careerxhub, and this is where we end the show. Remember that your career journey starts now. Thank you once again. Until same time on Thursday, I am your host for the show, U to the K to the E to the T. Phuket Friday. Bye for now.